Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing another favorites video. It's been a hot minute since I've done one. I say that every single time I do a favorites video because I always seem to skip a couple months before doing another one. It's just because I don't have a handful of like die-hard favorites every month. So I hope you forgive me, but here's another one and I hope you enjoy it. Today we're going to start with a primer surprise. I only have one primer in this favorites video because I've already talked about my favorite primers so far and I don't want to repeat myself, so here's a new one that I have been obsessing over. This is the Tarte Brighter Days Highlighting Moisturizer. They say it's a moisturizer, but I personally use it as a primer because it works as a great illuminator for underneath your foundation, and it's a very thin consistency, but it gives you kind of a little bit of a tacky layer for your foundation to grab onto. Those have been my favorite kinds of primers these days, is the ones that get tacky. I would not recommend this primer if you are oily. I'm sorry, but I am not a super oily person, so I'm not the one to ask which primers are the best for oily skin. This is, I believe, limited edition because it was a part of a collaboration, but it still is available on TarteCosmetics.com. Next, we're going to be talking about foundation, and I'm super excited about this one because I did do a review video on it a couple videos ago, and I found out that I really liked this foundation. And this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Stick Foundation. I did a full-on video of a review of this. I went 8 or 9 hours, I think, wearing this foundation, and I give you guys check-ins and opinions and all that kind of stuff. This is supposed to be, I think, a stick form of their Amazonian Clay foundation, which I am in love with. I love that foundation. It has been my ride or die foundation for a good couple months now, and I can't get enough of it. Like, it wears beautifully. And the fact that they came out with a stick foundation of it makes me so happy. These foundations are a little bit more dewier than the original Amazonian Clay foundation, but I love that they come in stick form for those of you who do like stick foundations and who do have drier skin. Again, this is not a good foundation for those of you who are very oily. I talk about that all in the video that I filmed wearing these. They would be good for combination skin or dry skin, or somewhere in the middle of that. This foundation does come in 12 different shades, and the deep one is very deep. I do think it could go a little bit darker, in my opinion. I'm not a total expert on like super dark foundation shades, but I do think that it could go a little bit darker. The light shades, however, are very light, and I am so happy about that. I'm wearing like the third lightest shade right now, and I am so pale right now, so that just says how light it goes. Next are some bronzers and blushes. These are from Jane Cosmetics. I actually had no clue what Jane Cosmetics was until they sent me some of their products. I have been in love with these two products ever since I received them. This one is the bronzing powder in Inspire, and this is the multicolored cheek powder in Berry Bouquet. These two colors have been my to-go colors for the last couple weeks. I love them so much. This bronzer is so beautiful. It is like a duplicate of the Hoola bronzer by Benefit, but as you guys know, I don't use that anymore because Benefit's not fully cruelty-free. It's just a really pretty matte bronzy color. A very good color for super pale people like me. I also really am loving this blush because it is matte. As you guys know, I don't like illuminating blushes or highlighting blushes. I feel like they highlight all of the wrong spots on your face, but this color is so pretty when you mix it all together. It's a very light blush, so you don't have to worry about an overload of product, so it's really easy to apply. Next is a highlighter that I've been obsessed with as well, especially in this season. I've done a couple weddings of close friends and family, and I've been using this highlighter like crazy because it has 3 different colors suited for all skin types. This is the Ofra EverGlow highlighter. This is in collaboration with NikkieTutorials. As you guys probably know, she came out with a whole set of liquid lipsticks and this highlighter, and I'm not a huge fan on the liquid lipsticks, but this highlighter is so bomb. I love Ofra highlighters. They are some of my all-time favorites. If you watch my videos, you probably know that their Beverly Hills highlighter is like my favorite. It's like one of my tops. I love it so much. I use it seriously every single day. But this one is pretty much the same as Beverly Hills, just has a little bit different color variety. I just really like it because I can use it on a bunch of different skin tones. There is a super white one, a pretty tan golden one, and then a deep, deep bronze one. They're all just so beautiful and creamy. Like, Ofra just makes the best highlighters. I don't know what it is about them, but they are so much different than any other highlighter I've ever touched before. They're so creamy and pigmented, and they just go on the skin so, so beautifully. This is going to be limited edition, I'm guessing. Most collabs are limited edition. It has been going in and out of stock like crazy lately because it is NikkieTutorials' collab, and people have been just like grabbing at it, and it keeps going in and out of stock. So if you're interested in it, you probably have to keep your eye on it on the Ofra website. Next are some eyeshadows, and I've mentioned these ones in a couple tutorials, and these are the LA Girl Eye Lux Mesmerizing Eyeshadow Palettes. Yeah. All it says is LA Girl Eye Lux Mesmerizing, but they come in like, I'm pretty sure there's like 10 different ones or like 5 different ones, something like that. And they come in little tiny palettes like these. And there's like a combination of different colors, different crease colors of like mattes and shimmers. And every time I use one of these, they literally blow me away. Like, they are so easy to use. One of the best drugstore eyeshadows that I have used to date. Eyeshadows is like one of the toughest things for me to find in the drugstore that I can make that I really enjoy. Like, I'm very, very picky on my eyeshadows, and these are like, they exceed my expectations of drugstore eyeshadows. One of these is $7. I believe they're all $7, and they come in a variety of different colors, and I just had to mention them because they're such a good deal and they're excellent for how much they are worth. Next is a little bit more of a spendier eyeshadow palette, and this is the Jouer Springtime in Paris Matte and Shimmer Eyeshadow Palette. Personally, I think they should shorten the name because that is a really, really long name, and I always get tongue twisted while I'm saying it. But this is the Jouer palette. I think the packaging for one is super pretty, and there is a big variety of eyeshadows in there. There's cream colors to set the lid, transition colors, and a bunch of shimmery, like, foiled eyeshadows that you can use for your lid. The one thing that I do wish they added to this palette is a shimmery, like, brow bone color. The two things that I always look for in palettes is a good transition color and a good brow bone color. But other than that, I have been using this palette non-stop lately. It just has some of the prettiest colors in it, and their eyeshadows are very, very good. Very easy to blend out. The foiled eyeshadows are really, really pretty. They're super easy to use with your fingers. Yeah, just had to share this one because I've been using it a lot lately. And I believe this palette is $40, which is kind of spendy, but it could be a lot more. Like, I expected it to be a lot more when I looked up the price. Jouer is kind of a more spendier brand, so I was pretty impressed with the price of this. Next, I have already talked about these a bunch in my latest tutorials just because they're so easy to use and they're so dang pretty, but I had to mention them in my favorites, and these are the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows. Again, with the really long names. But there are 9 of these shades, I believe. They're so freaking pretty and they're so easy to use. So this is what the applicator looks like. You can put it straight on your lid or wherever you want to use it, or you can put it on the back of your hand and use it with a brush. Like, I just love how easy it is to use, and you don't have to mess with like loose glitter and having glue dry. Okay, so I just had to go ahead and swatch these for you guys because I felt like telling you that they were pretty wasn't enough. Like, look how beautiful these are. I seriously use them every chance that I get. I've used them pretty much every single weekend when I go out with my friends. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. Hope I proved my point with how pretty they are. And the last product that I'm going to be talking about is a liquid lipstick, and I actually did a sponsored Instagram video for this company because I thought that it was such a cool idea what they do. So they're kind of like an Ipsy glam bag, but it's just for their makeup products, and they're a fully vegan makeup brand, which I love. That's why I'm not involved with Ipsy anymore, because they do support brands that aren't cruelty-free because they are a glam bag and they get makeup products from all sorts of different brands. But I just had to talk about this one product from So Susan. It's called So Susan Cosmetics, and it is their liquid matte long wear liquid lipstick. I used this one in my video, and I went ahead and tested it out before I did a video. I just wanted to see like if it was worth it. And I put this on and I let it dry. It is one of the most long wearing and like stuck onto your lips matte liquid lipstick I've ever tried. And it is so pigmented. Like, this color is just so beautiful. And this was very, very easy to apply on my lips. I could get a very crisp line with it, which a lot of liquid lipsticks have really like fringy doe foot applicators like Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. Those applicators are kind of hard to create a very crisp line with your lips is what I've found. But this one is a really small doe foot, and so it's just really, really easy to apply. And I don't know, I was just really, really impressed with this liquid lipstick, and I thought that I had to share it. I feel like no other beauty guru has found out about So Susan Cosmetics, and I think that they're such an awesome brand and they're super, super underrated. But that is pretty much it for this video. Those are all of my all-time favorites since my last favorites video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you got some ideas on what your next makeup purchase is gonna be. I always love hearing how you guys feel like you need to go buy makeup after you watch my videos. I think it's so funny. But I just love making these videos because I like to get my opinion out there, and I like to see other people's opinions on those products. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.